Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. A handful of XRP chart experts have given me their thoughts, and one of them has been quite forthright in saying that this is going to explode like a pressure cooker. Things can only remain flat for a limited time, especially in this kind of setting. This article from Cointelegraph is another option. In a Bitcoin price rise driven by spot, the cryptocurrency is aiming for $48,000. After then, I thought this piece was fascinating. I'll get to this in the movie, but according to TD Bank, the SEC will approve a spot Bitcoin ETF because it's a political necessity. Their final conclusions and the topics they discussed are presented here. It fits with my previous thoughts, such as how the SEC could possibly avoid accepting this. One could argue that the presence of such horrific human remains makes them careless about matters such as legal ramifications, and so on. Unfortunately, I believe that a valid point, actually, more than one point, will be preserved in this context. This comes from TD Cowen once again. Their managed assets are at $14.5 billion. Before I started filming this video, I had to satisfy my curiosity and look it up. There isn't precisely a fly-by-night operation going on here. I should preface this by saying that I am completely unprepared financially. I am not providing advice on money matters. Furthermore, you ought not to trade or purchase anything based on my advice, am I right? Making movies on YouTube regarding cryptocurrency is something I like doing for fun and as a pastime. I'm just an enthusiast. As a result, the past 24 hours or so have been very intriguing, with Bitcoin's price increasing by about $4,000 in a single day and approaching $46,000. And it has fallen little since then, at least as of this writing, but I still expect the biggest fireworks to be ahead. According to this report on Cointelegraph, the price of Bitcoin is expected to reach $48,000 soon, pushed by market speculation. Additionally, I mentioned yesterday that prices were running, perhaps due to the widely circulated speculation that the spot Bitcoin ETF will be approved today, January 2nd. Okay, I know I stated yesterday that I don't think that's true. I mean, it could happen, but I wasn't sure it would. The day is clearly coming to a close now. That did not occur. In other words, the price hasn't dropped back down to its pre-rumor levels. Descended somewhat. However, it was non-existent and irrelevant at the moment since it is scheduled to occur within the next week or so. Regardless, the following is the piece text. On January 2nd, as enthusiasm resurfaced in the cryptocurrency markets during the Asia trading day, Bitcoin reached new 21-month highs. As the New Year holiday season came to a close, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView revealed that Bitcoin's price was strengthening. Bitcoin USD gained momentum and reached $45,922 on Bitstamp as renewed enthusiasm for the U.S. first spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, swept the market. The ETF was the subject of much speculation, with some suggesting a decision could be made before the actual approval window opens on January 4th. Market participants were unanimous regarding the origin of the most recent upswing in Bitcoin prices, and a message to followers on X, previously Twitter, provided the necessary context. Tony went over the expected path of the ETF's drivers. The moment Scott Milker noticed that Bitcoin was behaving like an ETF on the verge of approval, thanks to the fact that things are going utterly bonkers, I actually shared that quote in a video yesterday. Seriously, if you're talking about Bitcoin, that's a huge day. We've been close to $4,000 all day. I'll bet you know of specific days when it's going to go over 10,000. So obviously, that's not the last big day. I wouldn't be shocked if, in the future, fellow traders noticed some selling activity, but it was rather low volume, while examining changes in the order book. Since spot selling began, the price has been stagnant at $44,400, a significant drop from its prior highs. In his most recent post, he reiterated the $48,000 in funds that the ETF is targeting, as well as the projections that Cointelegraph provided regarding the potential value of Bitcoin USD. Something about the statistic that a lot of chart experts keep throwing around, or perhaps that precise amount, just stuck out to me. So maybe that's not completely without merit. Naturally, XRP is going to go absolutely bonkers if Bitcoins really do crash, as the majority of analysts predict that Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high this year. I really hope they're right, though I won't pretend to know. As expected, it has been trading in a narrow range for quite some time. Yeah, XRP is XRP, but I feel bad for the individuals who get discouraged, because… Excuse me, coffee, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I understand that 66 XRP makes it seem unattainable to some people. Okay, I'll show you some other coins. That doesn't seem feasible. Unless, of course, I keep insisting until it isn't. Plus, this is XRP's typical behavior. Analyst Dark Defender tweeted this XRP price chart and asked, if you are still in and mad about XRP, look at this, do you think that XRP can defer the break? I really doubt it. We shall ride the wave of 2024's prosperity to the finish, leaving no room for doubt. Listen, I don't get it, if Bitcoin is going to be successful, then XRP shouldn't be considered apart from other cryptocurrencies. I believe it's true that we're moving in that way even if we're in a world where utility and developer activity count more and more. You know, XRP has that, and I'm well aware that there is no assurance when it comes to investing. However, isn't that encouraging news for XRP? Indeed, in my opinion, that is the case. I believe it boosts market confidence and increases the likelihood that individuals will continue to buy XRP at these reduced prices, which in turn causes consumers to experience fear of missing out, FOMO. Since at that moment, it's the FOMO airs for those who plan to purchase XRP when its price reaches $10. The purchasers of Bitcoin at the $70,000 price point are the same folks. Those were the same folks who were purchasing ETH when its price was approximately $4,500 or whatever it was. Therefore, it's not like XRP has some magical property that will make people behave logically all of a sudden. They will, without a doubt, do something completely absurd. You created the XRP price chart that is now cooking, and here it is in a post by chart expert Greg Crypto. There appears to be an imminent eruption as the XRP chart tightens up like a pressure cooker. Stay strong, XRP soldiers, the pressure is building, and the anticipation is growing at an unprecedented rate. Something huge appears to be ready to happen. This is all I will say. I find it incredible that XRP was able to reach $2 despite all the SEC bullshit from the past market cycle. Historically, when XRP goes, it really goes. Even with the SEC lawsuit, yes, that SEC lawsuit, XRP still managed a roughly 20-fold rise from the bottom to the peak of the market cycle, totally off the wall. Now that XRP is free from its constraints, you can rest assured that it has the necessary legal clarity to thrive. I mean, consider the XRP situation, even with its temporary suspension, its price may potentially skyrocket by a factor of 20. That's just insane, and it's just the beginning. This is just a quick letter to let you know that, in my personal opinion, this spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. I think I've said my piece on this, so I won't go into it again in this video. In my opinion, many of the candidates will be approved simultaneously. Even if the price increases rapidly, I still believe it will be a sell the news event, but in the long run, it will matter significantly. That's how I usually feel. That's basically it. Thus, this is quite thrilling. Once again, experts at the TD Cowen large firm have stated that the SEC's approval of these things is actually politically necessary. The spot Bitcoin ETFs. This is how the piece is structured. Spot Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund approval by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is a political necessity, according to TD Cowen, an investment bank. The deadline for this approval is January 10th. Since the agency must fulfill its function as a crypto regulator prior to Congress considering more comprehensive crypto legislation, we view this as a political imperative. Oh, and that was our group. According to a note written by OTD Cow and a Washington research company headed by Jared Cyber on Tuesday, the agency is apprehensive about losing a legal fight over its rejection of Bitcoin ETFs. Well, that's exactly what would transpire. The SEC would have already lost the grayscale litigation if they had taken this approach. Therefore, What would motivate them to go through with this if they truly do not consent to moving on with it? That I won't officially rule anything out since it involves the SEC, and those people are the most evil scumbags that the universe has ever produced. Because they are so ridiculous, though, and that is a good thing. All the time, they do foolish things. When they hurt themselves badly. I won't say it's completely unlikely, but holy cow, that would be absurd. The 10th of January, please, nonetheless, must go on. The application from Cathie Wood's ARK investment in 21 shares was the first group to file a spot Bitcoin ETF application, and the SEC must determine by the deadline whether to accept or reject it. More than a dozen firms, including BlackRock and Fidelity, had submitted spot Bitcoin ETF applications by that point, which means the SEC might also make a decision on other comparable files. Therefore, we will not. I simply need to wait till the 2nd, even if it's the 10th. Sure, 8 days is what you're referring to. Let me tell you something, I can't wait to watch what happens here. I mean, even if there isn't an approval, which would be absolutely insane, the markets will do something. So, be ready for some pyrotechnics. Investing in cryptocurrency right now is a thrilling experience. I pray that the enjoyment you are experiencing is comparable to mine. Man, I have turned up the volume every single day. After years of SEC nonsense, a bear market in 2022, and the FTX crash, it was nice to see some good news in 2023, especially for XRP holders who finally won big with the announcement that XRP is not a security. And with that legal certainty, we're about to go on a tear. Because we already have a vast amount of the last time the market was under siege, we witnessed actual folks reacting in a similar fashion to his actions. Clear language in the law is important. We can safely disregard that. It was already in our view. Everyone here is aware of how important it is. We have it now, though. With this level of regulatory certainty, XRP is about to experience its first bull run. It is important, but I couldn't care less. That is what some people say. It's irrelevant, according to the evidence. Reason being, XRP's recent movement has been somewhat flat. It seems like a foolish concept to me. No, I mean the true test. When things start to go crazy, how high can XRP go? That is the real test. For the simple reason that it will most likely keep moving in lockstep. So, has it reached a new record high? Is price discovery a part of it? In my opinion, the answer is yes, at least as long as Bitcoin continues to elude me. Being an XRP holder has never made me feel this positive, so now the only question is how high will it go? Like, we're going to have a chat and do some major postmortem on that one if Bitcoin sets a new all-time high and actually doesn't go. However, in my opinion, that is not the most likely scenario. Is there a consensus among you? Nothing I say should influence your decision to buy or sell, because I am not a financial advisor. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.